Awesome. So we are live and we've got Neel over here. And Neel and I have been working together for over the past 3 months. And now he's 4 pounds down. He's 6 inches slimmer, got more energy, much more stronger in the gym as well. So thank you, Neel, hopping on and sharing a bit more about your experience so far.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Nicole.
Sweet. And just give us a bit of a background about who you are, firstly.
So Neil Patel, based here in the San Francisco Bay Area, married, have a 16-month-old son. Um, I, I got introduced to you through, I think it was through my brother, which was fantastic. I was very grateful for my brother, for making that introduction to you, Nicole. Yeah, been here and born and raised in California. Um, and I run an investment firm, and I'm just very pleased to have gone on this journey with you, Nicole, over the past 3 months.
Exactly. And what would you say were the biggest problems you were dealing with before we started working together?
I think it was a lack of, I think one big, I think I hit like a max weight. I think the biggest I've ever been. In terms of weight wise, after we had our son, and I think that's I think quite common. But I needed to get very focused, from an exercise perspective, strength training, from watching what I eat, just staying very mindful and motivated. And I think that's what happened prior to being 3 months ago. And then I think that was probably some of my biggest challenges.
And what had you tried like previously in order to drop the weight?
So I think it's a combination of the strength training and cardio, and then what's very very big is you know having a very balanced nutritional meal. I think that, and then being very mindful about how much water I drink, and the sleep, I think is really important. So I think it's I think a combination of all of that.
Yeah. And what did you love about this coaching and why do you think it worked well for you to get the results so far?
I think what I liked is I personally am the type of person that if someone holds me accountable, I hold myself accountable. So I think that was one big. And then I think that was definitely a key win here. And I think the second thing um, is I think the program that you incorporated, I think was great, even though you're in London and I'm here in California. Um, I came in very optimistic about this, and so I think that also helped. Um,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
also I think just the weekly check-ins, the fitness app, I think is fantastic. And then you sending over the recipes, I think really kick-started this in the right direction.
Yeah. And what hesitations did you have? Like I know you said that, you're in San Fran, I'm in London at the moment. So like what hesitations, if any, did you have about, joining the program?
I don't think I had. I was so motivated because I was at the heaviest weight I think I've ever been.
Yeah.
Um, you know, and I don't think I had any hesitations. I mean, it did cross my mind that I'm like, how is this going to work? But I had full confidence in the process. So, and I
Yeah.
think what really helped is seeing, I think, the transformation you've had with other clients. And a lot of your clients are here in the US, and I think there's some that are in the UK as well. Um, but I think having to seen that actual result, I think gave me confidence.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And for you, what would you say are the biggest results that you gained, like both on the tangible side as well as intangible? So you like 12
Tangible.
pounds down, 6 inches slimmer. So that's like on the tangible. Like, but what else? Like, is it clothes? Is it like more energy? Like, what would you say are the biggest changes for you?
I think more energy, clothes fit much better. I think I'm just incredibly motivated now. I mean, it's like comes naturally to me to go and work out and do strength training 3 days a week and to do another 1 to 2 days of cardio at the minimum. So, actually getting in that regimen and then being mindful of how much having a very nice balanced meal of, you know, proper protein portion, a certain proportion of carbs and a certain proportion of fats. Um, I think it's just ingrained now. That's another thing to actually implement it and to make sure your regimen and very focused. But I think it's they say it takes an X amount of weeks to turn something into a habit, right? Just like getting up and brushing your teeth in the morning. So I think a lot of these, you know, going through this program with you, Nicole, I think has really ingrained these fantastic habits. So I think this is going to be very sustainable going forward. Um, I so I think, yeah, I think that's been some of the biggest wins.
Yeah, and it's great to hear you talk about the identity piece because this is something we spoke from the get-go, like how it is like it will be weird for you not to go to the gym to eat healthy foods, this pick the smarter choices, and that's where we've got to right now, where it's intertwined like with your identity as in you are the fitter, healthier version of you, and it's just a matter of time until the rest of the weight comes off. Because upstairs over here is all trained to be that athlete.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And then what would you say you're most proud of yourself over the past 3 months?
I think I think I really took this very seriously. So I was very proud of myself. I think my wife was as well. It's just very quite disciplined. I mean, there's, one-off days where you kind of have a cheat day when it comes to food, but over the next, past 3 months, I think I was quite regimen when it came to being in the gym and strength training, and also when it came to having well-balanced meals. Um,
Yeah. And how did this show up in your professional life then? Because obviously you're eating, you're working out, you got good sleep. How does this show up for you?
I think this actually helped my professional career because it just made me more focused, more energy, um, more driven, and at the same time, I think you have to manage time very well, um, because there's only a certain amount of time in the day, and with having a little kid, a little boy, um, it's things get very hectic. So I think finding time to do meal prep, get in the gym, um, and I think it just really kind of essentially forces you to really have really good time management.
Yeah, that's it, time management. And what would you say is the most important lesson that you've learned about yourself over the past few months?
I think that I didn't realize I had this much discipline and drive.
It's funny,
And
I could see that in you in the first couple of weeks. I told you as well. Like I told you that this is gonna be, I know this is gonna be successful because I could feel that in the very beginning.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny. I can tell these things. And then what would you say you'd miss the most if we hadn't even started this coaching?
if if
If we
I
hadn't even done, yeah, if we didn't do this coaching, what would you say you'd miss?
I mean, I would have missed everything in the sense, I wouldn't have been in the gym this much. I don't think I would have been mindful of how much I ate. I mean, I probably would have been mindful to a certain extent on how much I ate, but I think what's going to, um, I think really where I'm going to really see results over the next even 3 months as I drop more weight, um, is I think just mentally, like you have to be there mentally, and from being motivated to actually implementing all of this, and I don't think I would have been there.
Yeah, yeah. But here you are, 3 months later, and you've been implementing it, and as you said, it's part of the new identity. And definitely be proud of yourself so far on the journey. And imagine there was somebody watching this right now. They were on the fence about just hopping on a call and understanding more about the program, how it could work for them. What advice would you give them?
I would give them, I would tell them that at the minimum is to hop on a kind of a initial call with you. I think you have nothing to lose on getting, hopping on an initial call. And I think once they do get on a call with you, I think they will see the immense value that you bring, from multiple angles. Not just fitness training, but also being their nutritional coach, mindfulness, the amount of sleep, time management, everything. So I think my best advice is to not to have any preconceived notions of putting up barriers, in your mind about oh, I don't know if this is going to work for me or not, but just to really just have that first initial call.
Awesome. Sweet. Well, Neil, this is just the start of your journey and look forward to hearing how everything else continues as the momentum is there. So thanks, Neil, for that. And we will call this a wrap then.
Yeah, thank you, Nicole.
Cool. Thanks.